Okay, so this is round 2 where I'm just exploring my movement stuff, liquid stuff, and the bouncing, trying to put it together or transition between the two things. So I got my mic hooked up so I could comment on anything that crosses my mind or whatever while I'm doing stuff. Oh, I gotta put my music on. So let's see here. You probably won't hear the music all too much, but this is just for me. Well, I'm saying you. That's probably me in the future looking back on myself. Anyways, I gotta get my head out of this idea that I have to put on a performance or entertain, that sort of thing. I tend to have a habit of trying to do that. And I don't want to be too judgmental of myself. I don't want to try and think, is this good? Is this bad or whatever? I just want to enjoy the process, not worry about the result. Because like if you worry about the result, you tend to filter yourself or revert onto previous habits and things that you're comfortable with, and you're less likely to experiment and put yourself in a position where you're capable of making mistakes and that sort of thing. So there's going to be a lot of awkwardness and stuff while I try and explore this bounciness. Okay, I want to put more bounciness into my movements. I feel like it creates a more lively feeling, a more fun feeling. But I'm not sure how to blend it well with my liquid, more fluid stuff, feathering or whatever I choose to call it. Bounciness. It has like a silliness, goofy feeling to it, right? I think. So I think the more I get comfortable with it, the more I'll be able to layer different stuff together on top of each other, just kind of adding more nuance to it. But I have to get more coordinated with the bounce. More conditioned to it, adapt to it, that sort of thing. I think, for example, when I do this, when I get to that point, I kind of what's the word? Synchronize, or there's another word for it. Choreograph, maybe. There's another word, I think. Like choreograph the movement of the bounce with the moment in time with the liquid. Maybe choreograph is the word. I'm not sure. Like when I do this, there's like a bounce to it, right? With the wave, this kind of liquid wave sort of thing, fluid. There's like a up and down, there's a valley, there's a peak. So like, even when I do this sort of thing, just kind of So like there's some relationship between like up, down, left, right, circular pattern. Right? So it's all about, I don't know if it's all about, but one thing is like figuring out that synchronized, the ability to synchronize those movements between the legs and the hands and that sort of thing, and the body. Propagating or just like connecting it all together, basically. That's what I'm speculating at the moment. This probably doesn't look like much, but I just have to kind of condition myself to bounce. That's all this is really that I'm trying to do, and explore different ways of moving with my liquid stuff. So I don't want this to be a performance or thing like that. It's a process. I'm just focusing on the process. I mean, at some points, you just kind of get like a flow going, and then you see like how it goes. I might even just like take a break from the bounce and just have fun doing like fluid stuff, or just doing bouncy stuff. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what that looks like. I have to review it, see if any of this is translating well. See, the more I get comfortable like bouncing in different like positions like this, I'll be able to kind of hopefully do other moves while I'm continuing to bounce like that. All right, so that's basically what I'm trying to do. Just find different ways of bouncing. And so I get more comfortable with it. I was kind of going with the music. You might not be able to pick that up on this mic, at least based on how I reviewed it before. It was very quiet, so it is what it is. I'm saying you a lot. I know no one's watching, so I gotta stop trying to perform or entertain, that sort of thing. I gotta be in the moment, focusing on just what I'm doing. Although I guess part of dance is kind of, you want to know how it looks, right, from another angle. I guess you don't have to do that, but I guess I don't have to do that. I should stop saying you. I guess I don't have to do that. I could just It could just be about the feeling, right? It doesn't matter how it looks. When it's just about the feeling, I kind of loosen up a bit, maybe. The thing is, understanding the motion allows you to kind of do it again, right? Otherwise, it's just chaos and randomness. I'm trying to build something. Well, I guess it naturally becomes structured. Life tends to do that, I noticed. Anything that's living and has life, it has growth, it develops, it becomes structured. It's some complicated system that works together. It's unified, that sort of thing. Okay, so anyways, talking too much. Bouncing, I gotta focus on the bouncing. Ah, that's interesting. bounciness. I feel like when I was doing that bounciness stuff, I was getting too like stuck in one spot like this. Usually when I'm doing like my fluid liquid stuff, I like to like move around and kind of go stuff like this, do stuff like that, like, and turn and that sort of thing. So when I get into the bounciness, I need to learn to move around more with the bounciness. Maybe it's like when I get like crouched down, it's kind of more difficult to kind of like move around. So maybe like standing up more straight, I kind of like just kind of walk and move around, that sort of thing, you know? I guess there's kind of like a skipping type of like that sort of thing on my toes. I don't know. Or like I'm trying to like do like some kind of fight type of thing. Kind of move around. Maybe I gotta get comfortable like I'm doing it on one leg, because usually when I move around, you like shift your balance onto one leg and then on another one. So maybe I just gotta, yeah, that sort of thing. Be comfortable like doing it just one leg. Whatever leg you're on, just kind of whatever leg I'm on, that sort of thing. So instead of like thinking of it in like both legs at the same time like this, or oscillating, just think about like one leg. That's what I'm speculating right now. Maybe just I need to like focus on one leg at a time. It kind of frees up the other leg so I don't feel locked down, like I have to put the other leg down to kind of oscillate. If I rely just on only one leg, not needing the other leg, it seems like it kind of allows me to move around more, I think. That's the feeling I'm getting it anyways. That's the thing with like feelings, they're not precise. It's just like this kind of mushy thing due to all the dimensions. I guess it kind of looks cooler too, like I'm just doing like one leg, it's like angled, like yo. I like that, that's cool. I can do like the yeah, I think this must be like an important detail to the bouncing. One leg. because that you just feel less less tied down, I guess, like literally. And I kind of use this other leg as kind of to move the flow around, you know, and while doing other bouncy stuff with one leg. And I can kind of change it. And as you naturally balance, you kind of shift your foot around. That adds to the bounce, you know, it complements the bounce. I think. So I need to like condition. And like the thing is, I might end up favoring one leg over the other. I tend to favor this leg, or I tend to put most of my weight on this leg, my left one. I'm gonna get like so good at like balancing on one leg. Camera stopped, I had to replace the battery. I was doing really good too. I noticed there's something I noticed. What did I notice? When I was bouncing, something about bouncing. What was it? I had an interesting thought but I can't remember what it was. It'll come back to me. Oh yeah. So while doing this bouncing stuff, usually I'm very self-conscious and like concerned about if anybody's watching me and that sort of thing. I noticed, however, because I put so much focus on this bouncingness, it kind of distracted me from those other thoughts. And because I was concerned with continuing the bounce, right? So that was like my main focus. My main sort of concern is like having to continue this motion. So I wasn't putting much thought into what others might think who might be around me and that sort of thing. So just interesting observation. I had the observation before, like sometimes I'd feel like I'd become more frozen or restrictive or constrictive or whatever with my movements if I have the feeling of being watched or that sort of thing, because my mind just elsewhere and I lose focus on what I'm doing, that sort of thing. So I found if I like opened up myself and just kind of made myself larger, kind of opening my arms and that sort of thing, it gave this feeling of like spreading the movement out, kind of pushing back on the pressure or that perceived pressure or whatever, and kind of saying no, that perceived pressure doesn't exist. It's not real, that sort of thing. It's all in my mind. This is reality right here, just like being open and that sort of thing, right? So I felt like that sort of thing helps. So this is also interesting. The bounce kind of helps me too, I think. It's a simple motion. And the more I get comfortable with it, I feel like it'll be a good thing. Although the more comfortable you get with it, the less you think about it. So then you start thinking about other stuff. Okay, so, yeah. Okay, so let's see. Bounce. One leg. Enjoy the process. Developing, conditioning, understanding the system, the sequence, the what's the word? Conditions, variables, feeling, and sensing it all as it happens, experiencing it, digesting it, right? Okay. I don't know, it's just experimenting with the bounce, seeing how I could blend it with the fluidity. mean, like, a lot of this might not look like anything. That's all right. It's like discovering where to go, what you can do. Oh yeah, standing up more, like, allows you to kind of walk around. Some guy mowing the grass. Okay, so getting a bit tired, I think. The bounciness requires, I don't think it requires too much energy, but after a while, I guess it does. I guess the more I get conditioned to it, the easier it'll become, I think. So just kind of like I don't know, just doing it is the important part. If you don't move, if I don't move if I don't move, how am I supposed to improve or make new discoveries, right? If I don't create more motion, then there's no motion to explore and to discover, right? So it's in the accidental moments you find new things, right? Or you could just look for a tutorial and do what everybody else does. If you don't want to think about it or enjoy the process, you don't just want to focus on the results. Anyways, okay, so I could change the amount of bounce. I can make it like, I could slow it down. Ooh, that's kind of interesting. It's like it got serious for a moment, right? It's like, oh, what's gonna happen? Okay. Maybe I'll take a break. There's like a lawnmower person